Hi, my name is Rachel, and I will be doing interpersonal communications as to why I have a closer relationship with my grandmother than my grandfather. So, when it comes to my grandfather, we really don't have like a very close relationship. It's not something that I wanted, but come to find out there's a lot of issues behind that. The reason why I got involved in this in the first place is because of my mom. She would always tell me stories of her grandfather, which is my great-grandfather. She would tell me how they used to ride bikes together, they would go out for ice cream, you know, all the stuff that I dreamed about, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's an American dream of the grandfathers right there, you know? And it made me forget that I even had a grandfather at that. It's like, you know, dang, I wish I had that type of communication. So, it kind of started off with, well, I analyzed it first. I was trying to think of the reasons why my great-grandfather was so close to my mom. And it was this ideal of marriage. You know, when the couple was married, you kind of have like, I wouldn't say no choice but to be around your granddaughter, but it definitely gives you that opportunity to establish a relationship. And unfortunately, my grandparents, they divorced at a very early age. I think my grandmother was like my age when she married my grandfather. And what had happened was they had a good marriage overall. And then he ended up cheating on her. He had an affair with a woman which later became my mom's stepmom and had a child. And he left them to go with them. And it kind of, I don't know, it kind of made me upset. You know, my grandmother didn't really tell me about it. I kind of found out through my mom. But it definitely changed my perception of him. And I've kind of been holding that kind of grudge for a long time. But, you know, I kind of realized that it wasn't his fault. My mom told me actually that the stepmother turned out to be very bitter. And that when I was around, like, I think it was like 8 years old or something like that, she told me, she was like, you know, I can't really bring you by your grandfather because the stepmother is being real bitter towards you guys, and, you know, kind of messed up our relationship there. But then at the same time, it made me upset because, like, well, okay, so mother's, like, holding down my grandfather, but what can he do to, like, get out of that? He could have drove, he could have took us out, he could have done a lot of things, but I guess that's just not his personality per se. Like, we don't spend a lot of time during any of the holidays. All my childhood memories have been with my grandmother, like all of them. I think I only remember one time when I came over there. It was a real awkward moment. He was sitting down and he was trying to play a joke. He's like real goofy and he laughs really loud, like even if it's a dumb joke, like hello or something like that. He goes, oh, 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 and like slap. It's real weird, but so he was like, all right, you know, I got a magic trick for you. And there was like a blanket sitting in front of me, and he's all like, okay, I'm gonna make this blanket disappear. And I'm like, all right, you know, I'm like ready for it. And he just took it and threw it behind the couch. He was like, ah, that was great. It's like, but so anyway, what I've been trying to do to kind of make the situation work between me and my grandfather is to actually talk to him like maybe twice a week. Maybe that'll help some. And even this, what is it right here? There's an article called, it's called Strengthening Father and Daughter Relationships, but I kind of applied it to me and my grandfather, kind of just switched the names up a little bit. It said something about that, trying to take him out more, like take him to a club, which I'm definitely not going to do, but you know, that's cool, I guess. But to also try to find some kind of common ground between the both of us. What I know he likes is definitely, he loves food, he loves Elephant Bar, and he loves to drink. So those two will definitely bring out some kind of personality, especially the drinking. So What else can I say? What I kind of realized later on with my grandfather is that I think he's been real hurt by a lot of stuff. He doesn't really show it, and he doesn't say it. Because with the step or the lady he had an affair with, she died of cancer, and he's been real like kind of depressed about it. It's not only because she died of cancer, but I know that he knows he made a mistake with my grandmother, and I don't know if he ever apologized to her for it or not. But it's kind of crazy because he has a new girlfriend, and I think like maybe a month ago she recently had breast cancer. So he kind of feels that it's like a curse on him because he made a mistake. But he won't talk about it. He'll talk to it maybe about my mom, and my mom's kind of like, you know, like what you think, you know, that's what happens. But it's definitely something I wish I could talk to him about, and definitely kind of share information, share emotion, kind of become closer. Another thing he does, he kind of isolates himself, so he doesn't really call a lot. It's kind of weird because if it's my birthday, he doesn't know it's my birthday. But if it's his birthday, my mom's like, you gotta call your grandfather. I was like, why? You never called me, you know? But it's that kind of, I guess, traditional kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, I'll definitely try to make my relationship between me and my grandfather steady, and hopefully we can get back on track with things.